Juan Mendez Scott's The Guest Room. Chapter 4. He's after me to kill me. Did he say he was going to kill you, Liana? I asked, my voice trembling slightly. Yes, Liana replied, her eyes wide with fear. He said, when I see you, I'm going to kill you. Just because you packed your things and left? He didn't want me to leave. But doesn't he have enough sense to know that you got tired of his bullshit? Especially him putting his hands on you. Phil is just crazy possessive like that. He's possessive, obsessive, and definitely crazy if he's threatening to kill you because you left him. I mean, he was screaming at the top of his lungs like he was losing his mind. I looked at Liana, starting to wonder if she was just seeking attention, as she often did in college. Always wanting to be the center of attention. But as she got out of the car, her disheveled appearance and frantic behavior made me realize she was serious. We went into the house, still in our work clothes, dress shirts and skirts. Liana and I sat on the couch in the family room, sipping glasses of red Merlot wine. Judge Judy was on TV, and I had a whole chicken baking in the oven for dinner. Liana looked like she was about to have a nervous breakdown, and the more she talked about Phil, the more concerned I became. She was short and sensual, with long straight hair and small, bright green eyes. Her body had caused plenty of car crashes and suicide attempts back in college. She grew up in a mansion in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and went to private schools all her life. Her father had killed himself, shooting himself in the mouth when his embezzlement scheme was about to be discovered. Liana hadn't been the same since. Do you think he was saying it just to be saying it, or do you think he was serious? I asked. Liana shot me a look. Oh, he definitely was serious, Doris. He can go to jail for threats like that. I just want to chill somewhere he doesn't know where I am until I find my own place. I nodded in agreement. So where are you planning on moving to? Liana seemed baffled by my question at first, then panic settled into her eyes. Maybe I need to move somewhere else, she said, her voice quivering. Like Waldorf. He won't find me down there. I placed my hand on hers. She was shaking, her nerves a wreck. Liana, just try to relax. You're okay here. Liana couldn't sit still. She kicked off her high heels, got up, and started pacing as she sipped her wine. That's my problem now, she said. I can't relax. My nerves are so messed up. Liana, you're fine here. Then I remembered. Phil's been over here before, right? Liana nodded. He picked me up from here before. That time I rode over with Kisha. You think he'll figure out that you're here? He might, Liana said, pacing and shrugging. He knows you're my best friend. So do you think he'll come over here looking for you? Liana stopped pacing and thought about it. I don't know. That's if he remembers where you live. He never wanted to come over here anyway. Even when I asked him to bring me so we could all hang out. He never wanted to come. I felt a bit offended. Why? He never said why. I think it had something to do with Preston. Like what? What did it have to do with Preston? Well, I don't think he cares too much for Preston. Now I was ready to fight philosophy. Why? What did Preston ever do to him? He said it was the way Preston looked at him. Preston is just quiet like that, I said, defending my husband. He's like that with everybody, Liana, you know that. It's not that he's standoffish or anything. I know Preston didn't do anything to philosophy. Phil is just insecure like that. He thinks everybody hates him. Liana turned and faced the fireplace. And half of the time, he's right. Phil is insecure. I can tell. Definitely when it comes to you. Yeah, Liana said, staring into our lifeless gas fireplace. Definitely when it comes to me. Where are your things? I got my clothes in my car, Liana said, turning to face me. And other little things. But you got everything you need, right? I got everything that was mine, yeah. Then there's no reason for you to go back there. But he does know where you work. And that's what's scaring me. But you do work in a government building. But he can wait outside for me, though. I think you'll be fine. There's enough security around that building. Liana worked downtown DC at the government printing office, making good money. I just know, Liana said, tears sparkling in her eyes, if he puts his hands on me again, he's going to kill me. And you do what you have to do to defend yourself, Liana, I said, walking over to face her. Liana glared at me as if I was crazy. How? I frowned. What do you mean how? How, Doris? With what? You have some mace? A knife? No. Stun gun? No. A gun? Anything. Something. All I have is my feet. And that's to haul ass when I see his crazy ass coming. Liana, you have to be ready. Because he does know where you work. Security guards or not. He could always follow you home. I know. And if he threatened to kill you, Liana, you need to call the police. You don't run and let shit like that slide. It's nothing the police can do to help me, Doris, Liana said, walking away to the patio. She crossed her arms and stared out at the woods in our backyard. That's what they're here for. Especially if a woman is being threatened. The police, the SWAT team, nothing is going to stop him, Doris. Let one of those snipers from the SWAT team put one between his eyes. I bet that'll stop him. Liana turned to face me. She was trying her best to stay calm, but I could tell she wanted to scream until her hair fell out. Doris, the next time he puts his hands around my throat, he's going to kill me. I know it. I looked at Liana, and it was like I had a vision of Phil choking her, this time choking her to death. The thought made me sick to my stomach. Liana, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. You just stay here until you find a place. Liana finally relaxed and unfolded her arms. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You know it's not a problem. And Preston won't mind? No, he won't mind. I'm just scared that if you and Preston get in the way, Phil will hurt y'all too. I grinned and shook my head. That's not going to happen, Liana. And you're sure about that? I nodded. Yes. I am. And my husband's gun upstairs in the drawer is sure about it too.